Good afternoon and welcome to Better Connecticut, everyone. On this Wednesday, on the day after Election Day, where we're all practicing patience.
It's going to be right now. Like when you
say right now?
When you say right now.
Well, I'll tell you a little trick. I was actually voicing that right now around 9:30 last night, so maybe it didn't have as much oomph.
Oh, 9:30 last night, because you were here till what time, 10:30?
I was home by 10:30.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
All right.
I was covering voter problems, and thankfully, we have a handful of issues. We're watching something and killing
I was watching
it,
the coverage.
But we didn't. Thankfully, at least here in Connecticut, the nation's another
water
story.
pipes bursting in Georgia, I heard, and some other things. And Philly, was it in Philly, the water pipes bursting?
In Philly. And
I thought it was Georgia. Anyway, what do I know?
So the bottom line is we're all going to have to exercise patience. We actually have Dr. Laura Saunders coming on with some ways to cope, because this is a test, right? We all need to pass the test.
Had this been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to go.
Can we wait? Can we do the process?
Well, we have no choice, so you just gotta move on.
I'm very happy that we had high turnout and that so far things have been peaceful. So let's just hope we can keep things and just do the process.
Okay, very good. Well, we have some really awesome, pictures to show you, which I think is just incredible. Catherine, we're going to do Catherine now, because I think we should.
Okay, yeah. So this was a picture that really, I think, especially here in our Channel 3 community, really warmed hearts. Everyone remembers Denise DeCenzo for always wearing her election dress for many, many elections.
Many, many moons she wore that dress.
Yeah, she would say many, many moons. She said, even if it's ridiculous, I still have to wear it because it's become a thing. And she loved that it inspired unity because it had both red and blue. And it was just a thing. And kudos to her that she could always fit into it decade after decade.
And kudos to her that she had a daughter tall enough that could fit into it.
Well, so this is a very sweet picture when Catherine, of course, was never with her mother on election night. It was always tradition for her to watch her mommy on TV as she's giving her the kiss there.
Kissing her on TV.
And then this is the picture that I think is going to make a lot of you happy. There she is, rocking the election dress.
Isn't that amazing?
Doesn't she look beautiful in it? And she's smiling. She's got Denise's smile and sense of humor, and we know, of course, the woman who wore that dress loves her very, very much.
Absolutely. Great picture there. Catherine, you rocked that dress. Rocked it.
And it's just good to see her smiling and carrying on just to her mom. She's so much like her mom.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, voter turnout was really incredible. 75% in Connecticut, according to Denise Merrill, might even be a little bit higher, like 77%.
Which is incredible.
Which is incredible. I walked in, we go to the same polling location.
Yeah.
I walked in, there was not one person in front of me.
You were Dennis in the same situation. I went first thing in the morning, and I did have to wait about 20 minutes. It really kind of depended the timing.
Yeah.
And the after work rush and the before work rush was significant. But if you could go at an odd time like you, it was much better.
I was like, so thank the Lord, because I pulled in, I was anticipating the line, I was waiting to see it, and there was no line, but there were lines in other parts of the state.
You know, people were commenting. Someone sent me a message. Listen, I wanted to vote in person. If I can wait in line at a grocery store, I can wait in line to vote.
Right.
And people felt excited to do it.
They were excited to do it, and they were excited to see the lines because they knew that so many people were turning out to vote, which is really
and
just
people
great.
have really been locked in their houses, feeling disconnected. So it was really this big thing that everyone could come around and do together. Now, of course, a lot of you liked absentee ballots. We're going to talk about that. There's a big push of people wanting to have early voting in Connecticut. It actually takes a constitutional amendment. A lot of talk that the temperature is right to really push that through.
Well, especially with with COVID and the pandemic. So who the heck knows what's going to happen? Well, we don't know who won the big contest, but we know who did not win, and that was Kanye West.
Yes, Kanye West did not win, and he tweeted yesterday, "God is so good. Today, I'm voting for the first time in my life for the President of the United States, and it's for someone I truly trust. Me." Let's just leave that there.
But you know what? He got on a ballot in 12 states. That's saying something, right? I mean,
we're America.
It's America. Anybody can run.
We're a democracy.
Well, just about anybody
you want to run? Okay, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, we understand is a proud voter. We don't know how she voted, but it would be the first time that a royal, even though she has left the royal family, a royal voted in the U.S. election.
You know what I have to say about that? So you want to be a royal, she can be a movie star. Yeah, so whatever the words are to that song. But yes, she voted, so good for her.
You can be a British princess and vote in the U.S., and you can be a pop star and run for president.
She's a U.S. citizen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah,
so
why
good
not?
for her. Well, Couple
Lot
of
of
firsts. A lot of firsts.
Yeah, so there's the first transgender state senator, and there's also the first black gay congressman, and the first QAnon candidate. That's a conspiracy theory. She ran on it, and she is now a member of Congress.
Well, there you go. So a lot of firsts there taking place. And the youngest congressman was elected to the House, 25 years old, Madison Cawthorn.
He's in a wheelchair from an accident he had at age 18.
Yeah,
he's very conservative. He spoke at the Republican convention.
Right, which is where I remember him from, seeing him at the Republican convention.
So he said, hey, it's time that a bunch of people want a new generation to lead, but in his terms, with old traditional values.
Yeah, he beat his incumbent, which he was 62. He beat the 62-year-old guy. So the young guy replaces the older guy. So 25 years old. I think it's good to have
Youngest
some fresh
person in
blood.
Congress.
Youngest person in Congress. Fresh blood, young blood.
So if you were watching CBS News last night, then or in the morning, or today, then you've seen Gayle King, because she's been joking about how she hasn't slept at all. They all just stayed there. But she was very excited to get into her yellow dress, and she did it. If you were following it on social media, she was talking about the weight she gained. She went on a 5-day soup cleanse to get into her yellow dress, and looks like she did it.
Now, you were making fun. Do we have the picture of her feet on the scale?
No, we didn't put the picture.
Oh, we didn't put the feet up? I thought we were going to see the feet.
Our producer didn't want to show the feet, but you can look on Gail's Instagram. She's very proud of her feet. She says, you know what, I haven't really gotten a pedicure, and don't look at my feet, but look, the numbers went down.
The numbers went down.
And
So,
she was
Jamie,
in
I
the
can't believe you didn't-
170s, and she 172,
And
and
she
she
went to
needed to
165.
165. And she said she was praying to fit into her election dress. Yellow's her favorite color. For those longtime Channel 3 viewers, they know that. And it looks like she did it.
I think it's
and
great.
good thing that it was okay, because she's been wearing it for over a day now.
Well, you know, I got made fun of yesterday for not cutting my nails here in the studio.
Did you cut them yet?
Of course I did. First thing I did when I got home was cut my nails.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, they're not long anymore. They were very pretty before. I was thinking you could get a manicure, pick
I
a
was
color.
thinking about painting them.
They were long. They were longer than mine.
But I was like, no, though they were a little bit long. So
Mine are very short right now. I'm not getting manicures. I just cut them up. Yours were longer.
I do apologize. So I did cut my nails. You know what? It made it so much easier for typing. It just,
Yeah, when you have long nails, it's hard to type.
It's hard to type when you have long nails, because
Yes,
they
I
keep
was
clicking
doing
and clacking.
the dip for a while before the pandemic, and they got very long and pretty. And then I found out it was difficult to do my job. And you know I'm a great typist to begin with.
Yes, yes. You and me both. With your 2 feet. No,
Well, I try to use them all. They just don't always go to the right spot.
Yeah, mine don't either.
I do know the home keys. It's just I can't do it without
Hands
looking.
on
and
home row, ready begin,
doesn't.
start typing, stop type. I remember that from...
That's why I love voice texting.
You are the
best
queen of
thing
voice
ever.
texting, yeah. All right, if you're worried about your kids' mental health, make sure they're outside, because they don't want to be on the screens. I think Dr. Laura Saunders talked to us about this last week.
She did, but specifically, and this is something, if you have a teenage girl or a preteen girl, it was even more prevalent in girls, that they found if they were spending more than the recommended 2 hours of screen time after school. We know that they're on Zoom, but if they're really sitting there on TikTok and Instagram and all that for many hours, their mental health really deteriorated. So extracurricular activities really help. And I think part of that is I see it even with my own kids. You know, they're watching, they see what all the other kids are doing, they see all what's perfect, what they're not invited to.
Well,
it breeds anxiety.
I think also that we should also know that this study was done before COVID, and there were a lot more extracurricular activities out there. So we got to give them some slack. I mean,
right, and so it's harder. It's harder on the parents now to be like, what can you do? You know, a lot of the activities have moved online. You know, or there's safe ways to do it. My daughter's dance classes have resumed.
Oh, they have?
Just doing it small with masks, and I know they're resuming some of my son's activities as well. They're just socially distanced. They have to wear a mask, not as much contact. But even just getting them out there, they may not be as excited that it's not the way they're used to.
Right.
But they're saying that if you can just keep some socialization going on that doesn't involve them being by themselves on a screen.
I was doing a story on that's coming up on Better next week about air filtration. They said the amount of bacteria indoors as opposed to outdoors is so significant.
So significant.
So, like, it's important to get the kids outside so they can breathe some fresh air. All right, just in time for the holiday, Stouffer's, the famous frozen food company.
Nothing better than the big lasagnas and the big mac and cheese, and now they've got merch.
Merch.
They've got merch. You
Not
can
many
have
details.
the Let's Canoodle, layer up, Live, laugh, love lasagna.
Love lasagna.
Don't talk to me until I've had my mac and cheese.
Mug, that's on a mug, a layer up sweatshirt, and even a self-insulated lasagna fanny pack.
Oh, that's what everybody needs for the holidays.
So when you reach into your fanny
I'm
pack,
so getting that for you, a lasagna fanny pack.
do you put your fingers into the fanny pack and there's lasagna in the fanny
You
pack?
could still use a fork, but apparently the fanny pack will keep the lasagna good.
Do you think so? I don't think that's what it was intended
If
for.
you're on the go, you put the lasagna in there and you just...
Well, the website is shopstofers.com. It launches November 17th.
Oh, okay. Blake Shelton, this is so cute. We found out now that he asked Gwen Stefani's 3 sons for their permission before he proposed.
I didn't even know she had kids. It shows you what I know.
Well,
they're young,
you're usually
too.
the last to know.
Yeah, exactly. They're 14 and 14, 12, and 6. And he thought it was very important that he asked them
That's very
permission.
sweet.
Yeah, it's like going to your dad for the same thing.
Yeah.
You got to go to dad, so you go
Dennis
to the kids.
did that.
same
He went
things.
to my dad for permission.
Did he?
Yeah. Nice and old-fashioned. I like that.
Wow, that's cool. Did he get down on one knee when he proposed to you?
He did.
No, that's cool. I've never had
I
anybody.
like tradition.
I've never had anybody do that to me.
You've never been married.
That's true. I'm still
Maybe
wondering.
you should try it.
It's because of my nails. They were so long. I was turning everybody off.